Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. I'm Sara Jane. This is Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls on Gift of Healing TV. And our topic for this evening is being there for others. Now, for those of you that have watched this before, I've no doubt that you're very aware of the fact that I do say to people, please think about yourself. Learn to say no to others and learn to say yes to yourself. I'm not saying don't be there for others, but by being there for yourself, you can be there for others in a much greater way than you can by constantly being there for others and not thinking about yourself. Didinsky said, be there for others, but never leave yourself behind. And that is so true. It isn't about everybody takes priority over you. You take priority, but you know what? There are other people in your life. There are other people in my life. You know, I may not have children, but I do have sisters. I have a mother. I have nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews. And I have a lot of friends in my life. I do have other people in my life and clients as well. And, you know, there's no two ways about it. If I can fit the client in when they need to come in, I will do it. I absolutely will. And I will juggle things. It is about being there for others. And as Didinsky says, not leaving yourself behind. It is really important. So when something crops up, are you doing something for somebody, or are you helping them to do something for themselves? Now, I do get it. There are times when, yes, it is doing something for somebody. And that is the only way it can be, especially if it is somebody who's unwell or disabled in any way. There are situations where the doing is part and parcel of it. But if it's the one thing I've started to make sure is that if somebody requires my help, I'm helping them to help themselves. And I'm not doing it for them. So it is good to be there for others. But it is important not to be the one who's trying to control their life or have your life controlled by somebody else. So that's where the learning to say no comes in to others and yes to yourself. But also taking control of your aspect. It's not about trying to control others, but it's also not about allowing others to control you. And I have I've found some other little sayings. Be gentle with yourself. You are doing the best you can. Carry joys. So always do the best you can with the information you have at the time. Now, sometimes when you're helping somebody, you only have so much information, and you may think you have the right information or all the information, but there's also your own understanding of something. Always, we do the best we can. And if somebody's not happy with your best, that's their issue. It's not yours. You have done your best with the information and the ability that you have at that point in time. But if people don't appreciate your support and your help, then actually don't leave yourself behind. It's just like, okay, If what I do isn't good enough for you, that's fine. We'll just leave it. There's no point in going into anger, upset, hurt, whatever. It's their stuff. You've done your best with the information you have. You may have learned something from the doing. Brilliant. But at the end of the day, I've kept using that word doing, and I suppose I've emphasized it a bit, because we are not doings. We are beings. So it says, be gentle with yourself. Be there for others, but don't leave yourself behind. So remember that you are a being. Give yourself love and compassion. Panche desire. You give that to others. And it is good to give your love and compassion to others. But give it to yourself as well. Yes, there are going to be people in your family. You know, my dad died, sort of be 7 years ago this year. And whenever I could get down to visit, I would always take the energy of the Reiki and the sound, and it worked amazingly for him to help relieve things, but it wasn't a cure. My mother loves to have an Indian head massage, and it really helps her to relax and unwind and fall asleep in the chair. As actually just my middle sister, she crashes a bit when I give her an Indian head massage. It is being there for others and supporting them in a way that helps to support them to support themselves. And that does. And that's working with clients. I support them to support themselves. And yes, I've had clients come to me for a while, and then the energies I've helped bring help them to move on. Great. That's what it's about. You know, family may come to me, friends may come to me, and I will always help people when I can. But I won't do stuff for them. I've got beyond doing things for people. I've worked with adults and children, actually, with learning difficulties. And when working with them, I've always been able to help them achieve so much more than they thought they could, because I helped them to help themselves. And you can help people, when you help people by being there for them, helping them to help themselves, you can make them feel so much better about themselves. They've achieved. It isn't about you achieving, it's about them achieving. So think about the help and support you are bringing to others and how you bring it. And yes, don't just love and have compassion for yourself, but have that love and compassion for them and support them. Work environment is exactly the same. Somebody's struggling. Support them, guide them, encourage them to do it with your support. And that will mean so much more than the constant doing. You are being a support rather than doing things for people. So yes, we are all here to be there for others in different ways. Now, with Jackie, we've had this conversation before about service, and I do object to that word service, because having been a waitress in my parents' hotel and worked in bars and pubs and restaurants and all sorts of things, because yes, so many of us have done so many different roles. Service I see as doing things for people. And if you want to use that word service, I'm here to help and support, not to do. I do for me, to help and support me, to be me. And that's the important thing. There is a difference. There is a real difference. You can't serve others if you do not first serve yourself. And when you take, I'm sure those of you listened to these before, when you take care of yourself, first and foremost, you can do so much more for yourself, for others. Achieving in work. I worked for a number of years in offices, and I would always go out for a walk at lunchtime. I took my lunch breaks and I would go out for a walk. I work for myself. Practically every day I will go out for at least one walk, if not two. One in the morning, one in the afternoon, when it is feasible to do. I take a break, and I'm not a mobile person, as in mobile phones. I'm not a lover of them, never have been. I do not have a phone with me when I go for my walks. I go and I let my mind get away from work and everything to do with work. I have a perfectly healthy landline with an answer machine that people can call me on. Leave a message, because if I'm with a client, it doesn't matter whether I've got a mobile or not, they're not going to get an answer. And when I'm out for my walks, to me, it is absolutely essential. But as I said, I don't have children. I get it with people who have children, maybe young children at school. I get it. But when you can give yourself that space to re-energize, then you can truly be there for others in a much more compassionate, loving, caring, spontaneous way, because there's the lack of exhaustion, because you've given yourself space and time and your brain a break. I hope that you've understood what I'm trying to get at with this. You may not. It doesn't matter. If it's given you food for thought, which is what these programs are about, that is the most important thing. If you would like to comment under the video on YouTube, or go to the Gift of Healing TV website on the Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls page, or just email me at giftofhealingtv@gmail.com. Please feel free to do it. Comments, always welcome. If there's a topic you'd like us to cover, suggestions, always welcome. And please feel free to go and check out all the others, because I think at this rate, this stage is about 67 odd or something up there. So lots of different little topics from myself and from other people. So please do feel free to go and experience and listen to those. You haven't got to agree with everything we say, but they're going to be those little things that you might, one little word, one little sentence, one little saying that may speak to you and help you and support you. That's why I do these. And Jackie joins me as well occasionally. Well, once a month at the moment, so maybe that's not so occasional. There won't be a program next week. I am having a holiday, first in over 5 years, so I'm well deserved, and I'm also looking forward to doing a mile-long zip wire while I'm away as well. And, you know, thinking about others. My godmother's not been well. She's been on chemotherapy, leukemia, and I'm hoping that she's going to be well enough for me to go and see her. So it is, I do things for others. I do a lot of things for other people. I just don't like using the word service when I do it or when I'm there for them. So I hope that you will bear with us and go and watch something else that we have shared. There's no need to miss out, because I'm sure that, well, if you've watched all of them, wonderful. But if you haven't, just catch up on some of the ones that you may have missed. There's always going to be a lovely little golden nugget in there somewhere for you to find, and it will come to you at the right time. So it doesn't matter how old the videos are. They will always come to you at the time that's right for you. And in 2 weeks' time, so the 4th of July, Reset Your Life. reset, readjust, restart, refocus as many times as you need to. Tiny Buddha. In the waves of change, we find our true direction. The quote today. I hope you will join me on the 4th of July for the live program. In the meantime, enjoy your week, your couple of weeks actually, and I look forward to seeing you again. Love, peace, and light to you all. Namaste.